How's it going, everybody? Thought I'd give you a little comparison video. The Assault Fitness Air Bike Elite versus the Rogue Echobike. We got both. This one's down here in our gym. For everyone else to use, the Echobike, which I'll show you here in a bit, is up at my house. For just me to use whenever I got some time and I don't want to walk down here to our gym. So I have seen a couple of the reviews on these where people compare them, and it's so funny. So first of all, I'll tell you my opinion. I really like the way the Echobike, you can see the seat moves forward and backwards, which is really nice. The way they do it is really nice. Seat moves up and down. I like it so that, I'm kind of tall, so that when my leg is fully extended, that when the pedal's down, my leg is nearly fully extended. As far as the comfort of the bike, the seat, I feel like the seats are nearly the same. So here's this seat right here. I like the seat to sit back a little bit more so that the meat of my butt gets some more surface area and gives a little more room for your bait tackle. And so when I get on this thing, to go over the computer, to me these are basically the same. Not a whole lot different between them. I think the Rogue one has a couple more buttons, but the screens are pretty much the same. They're self-explanatory, nothing crazy about them. You got pegs on both sides if you just want to use your arms. Put your feet on there, then you can just run the arms. But the thing that I thought was funny about all these reviews on this bike is everyone talks about the Rogue having a belt and these not having a belt, they have a chain. And that is very true. And you probably can't hear the chain. Maybe. The chain sits on the left. You can kind of see it in there. There's the chain kind of moving. You can see it on the left right there. It does have a little bit of a chain feel. It's like riding a bike, how that chain on that bike feels. And it does have a little bit of a chain sound. But in terms of how I feel the smoothness of the bike works, it's every bit as smooth. It just does not make a difference in the operation of the bike. And so I don't, everyone who's talked about that, and I've seen a couple videos on it, I feel like is making a big deal about something that's not a big deal. It's a negligible thing. I find it funny that people want to talk about. I feel like that they're basically trying to resell Rogue stuff. They're being really sucking up to Rogue for some reason. I don't know if people are getting their free stuff or what, but in my opinion, it's not that big a deal. The blades, there's the blades. They're nice. It kicks the wind. You can get it. They come with the wind blocker right here. It kicks the wind up for you. So you can block the wind if you want. Just put that on there. It's no big deal. I like it. I like the wind blowing in my face, keep me cool, especially in this heat. So the big differences, the one big difference is the chain versus the belt, which I think is negligible. But there is one funny difference, which I think absolutely is in favor of the Assault Fitness bike. And that is the placement of these handles, along with this little ledge. Here's the deal, is your phone can sit here on the Assault Fitness bike, up at the top and kind of out of reach. And you'll see here in a minute, on the Rogue, it's got to go down here. Well, these arms on the Assault Fitness are just a little further apart, and I think they're a little lower by, maybe an inch further apart and maybe an inch lower. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it actually is, because what happens is when you reach in to get your phone or to hit a button or whatever it is that you're doing, the arms hit you. So they'll whack you right here. Doesn't sound like a big deal until you're really hauling and these things are moving and you reach in and you get a big old whack on the arm from that handle. These are nice and rubber. You're gonna see the Rogue ones, they are hard, and you'll take the skin off of your arm with the Rogue if you get whacked. The Rogue ones are a little further in, so you actually like have to pull your elbows in to reach in to get something. Whereas this is a much more natural feel. I can naturally touch this area and not really worry about getting my elbows or my forearms whacked, versus the Rogue is not the case. So that to me is actually a big deal, because we live in a digital age, watching YouTube videos on your phone, you're doing whatever you're doing, you're gonna touch it, you're gonna be messing with it. And the fact that this little ledge is here, I think is really nice. I would have preferred them to actually have a ledge up here at the top, because then it's not blocking your display, but it is what it is. I still think it's better up top versus down here, because the handles do hit your arms when you're running. And that's really it. This is how loud this one gets, what it sounds like when you start going. This is how fast you're making it. The speeds are a little different. It says I'm going 36. That's what it sounds like. Nothing crazy. It sounds like an air bike. There's a lot of air moving. It doesn't come with a water bottle placement thing, water bottle handle thing. So you got to buy that extra, and they're out. And the only last thing that I would say that I don't like about this is kind of the same with the Rogue. You got the wheels in the front to move it around, but you got no handle in the back. So to move this around, it would have been really nice to have, I guess you can use this right here, but you're kind of jacking with your seat a little bit, a way a handle right here for me to grab so that I can lift this thing up. I have to lift up really high to get it up on the wheels just to move it around. So that's pretty high off the ground that I've got it, knee level. It would have been nice to have a handle or something in the back if you want to move those around to get it up on the wheels. But anyway, I'm rambling. Man, I feel like these are 6 1/2 dozen on which one. The chain thing, as you see, you'll hear the Rogue one. It's gonna sound a little different, but in terms of the ride, it's just negligible. But I feel like the arms, the distance of the arms, there you go, is something to note. Let me get them the same distance, and then I'll try to get the same shot on the Rogue. That's how far apart they are. So anyway, this is the Assault, and I'll show you the Rogue Echobike next. Okay, here's the Echobike. And you're getting a glimpse into my garage. It's messy, but it's a garage. So one of the things I told you about was how close those get together. So that distance is much closer on the Echo than on the Assaultbike. So if I come around in here and I get on this, for me to touch anything down here, it absolutely hits my arms. And you get a nice whack that you have to come in almost, you have to squish your elbows together to get in to this area. And this corner is very hard versus if you go back and look at the Assaultbike, the handles are pointing in and the rubber part is here. So it's softer if it hits you. And I've absolutely had this, been booking it on here and gotten whacked and had the skin taken off my arm. So again, like I said, a lot's been made about the belt drive. It is more silent. Here we go. You don't hear that chain sound like you hear on the Assaultbike, and it doesn't have that chain feel to it. Again, yes, it's probably a little smoother, but it's just such a negligible thing. It's people make a big issue out of nothing. I think it's really not that big a deal. Here's the display. The start stop buttons are really nice because you can pause your I can hit this and pause, and it'll stay, and then just come back and restart. And that's real nice if you're doing something. Sometimes I'll do this and do push-ups in between, do 2 minutes of biking and then 25 push-ups or something. Here's the phone display I said. And again, this isn't even perfect because if you're watching videos, a lot of times you're going to turn your phone sideways. And you can't do that with this display, or with this holder. You can't get your phone sideways. So it's not as, I think that it could be fixed. And here's your drink holder. The fans are nice and big. I mean, they really move. I would say this one feels like it does move more air than the Assaultbike. It does have the pegs on the outside, so you can ride. The seat does move forward and back, just like on the Assaultbike. The difference here is handles in the front versus Assaults in the back. The seat change. It does you can kind of use that as a handle to move this one. So it's a little easier to move in my opinion. They both feel really robust. So I'm going to say that the grading, the feel of both is very sturdy. I don't think the Rogue is just so notorious for everything being sturdy. This is big metal. I definitely would say it has a really tough feel to it. It has the same kind of feel you're going to get on Rogue weightlifting equipment versus some other equipment. But the differences to me are so marginal. To me, you would shop price and availability. With the little differences, in how close those are together. If you may like the display on one more than you like the display on the other, and that's understandable. That can be something that's worth making a difference in your purchase. Again, I don't think the belt and chain thing, especially for a home user, the amount of use you'd have to get out of it to wear one or the other out has got to be so crazy for an individual. If you're a gym and people are on these things all day, every day, that's different, but I don't even use these daily. Sometimes I'll miss a week. So it's not really worth the battle. So it's really more about looking for price and things like that. And just how you like the feel. And then the little bitty tiny adjustments that's going to make you prefer one or the other. This seat's softer for sure. Look how squishy this seat is. The seat is a little softer, so it's but I don't feel like it makes your butt feel any better. My butt still gets numb after a little bit of running on it. But that's it. These arms took some adjusting. I had to, over the course of a couple different sessions, tighten and retighten them, because this all comes, you got to put it together yourself. This unit comes already together. The base comes together, but you're going to put this back piece on. You're going to build the arms on it, put the base on it, put this part on it. So it did take a while to get these actually tightened up so they don't really have a whole lot of lateral movement. This one's probably a little sturdy. I probably need to retighten this one again. That's taking some time, but let me know if you have any questions. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. I don't think there's a lot to these to hit on, but I have seen some videos, and I think the chain versus belt discussion's overkill, but maybe that's just me. But if there's something that anyone has a question on, just let me know. I think they're both fine pieces of equipment. I don't think you're going to go wrong in either one, for sure. Just go off availability and price. And anyway, take care. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.